Hello everyone, my name is Trevor Zalescu and I am the owner of Monster Hobbies in High River, Alberta. That was some good cheese, wasn't it? Anyway, so Games Workshop, amazing thing, brought out Age of Sigmar. This marks a new beginning, and the old 8th edition, she's done, man. We have had that old system from the very beginning up until now, and yeah, the Games Workshop has decided that the new game needs to be better, and guess what? They made it work, I think. So what you can do for free is go to the Games Workshop, go on their PDFs, print off for free any one of the PDF War Scrolls that you want. I have done them all, and I've read through everything, and I've played this game since 7th edition, and I find that I really like this. This is a lot better. The models do what they want to do, what they're supposed to do, what the fluff for the last, well, I've played since 7th, so 8 years I've been reading this, and I read some 6, so, you know, set me back another 4 years. Dwarves do what dwarves do best. The grumblers grumble. That makes your army do something. The signs on the road, they make you do something in the scenery PDFs. All these buildings, stuff that never meant anything, like the dwarf pony cart. Useless model in the box, could never use it for anything. All of a sudden, pony has attack, you can launch a torpedo off the thing, makeshift with a steam drill. Couldn't do that before. 8th? Nah. 7th? No. Sigmar? Yeah. Rock on. So, anyway, I've noticed a lot of people are trying to balance this based on 8th. My character here, 120 points for this guy. Age of Sigmar, there's no more points. What do we do? Macaulay Culkin. Anyway, yeah. So, it's not difficult, it's not complicated. I've come up with something and I've been testing it at my store on game nights, and I actually went up to Games Workshop in Calgary, tried it with a guy, Lizardmen versus Dwarves. I got skunked, but he liked it. He liked what I was going with. And I'm going to now show it to you. And hopefully this will help you balance Sigmar. It's not balance, it's equal. It'll never balance, but you can equalize a little. Make it go a little fair for both sides. And this is what I think it could be like. And give it a try. I'm going to be trying it in future leagues. Stay tuned. So here we have an army of night goblins that I've made up here. And this would be for maybe an upcoming league here at Monster Hobbies, because I have to convert or redesign my 8th edition league that I was running, Escalation League, into a Age of Sigmar compatible league, which I don't think would be very hard. So here's what I have for an army. Now, it looks pretty nice. Thing is, a lot of people out in the YouTube playing this game have made some videos that seem pretty confusing. What they're trying to do is say, okay, well, the way we used to play this thing in 8th edition was that this guy would be this many points, and that guy would be that many points. You add it all together, and you get like a 1,000-point army out of this, and then my opponent has to make something with 1,000 points. But Age of Sigmar has no points, so how do we do this? So they come over here, and they look at this wheel, and they go, okay, let's figure out some point system here. Oh yeah, the guy moves 5 inches, he's got to save a 6. Take that, add those two together, take that and add that together and divide it by whatever. Divide it by wounds and bravery, so 11 divided by 5, and then you come up with this weird number, and then you go and look through the other guys here, and you go, oh yeah, this thing and the other thing, and then you go, oh yeah, okay, well these guys are 72 points, and these guys are 72 points, and there it goes, and it doesn't work that way. There is no points value. What Games Workshop has done, which is this: a unit of night goblins has 10 or more models. Okay, and you come over here, Mangler Squig. Okay, focus up. Mangler Squig are single model. And you look at Squig Hoppers. Unit of Night Goblin Squig Hoppers has 5 or more models. Okay, come over here on the dwarves. Unit of Dwarf Warriors, 10 or more models. Ironbreakers has 5 or more models. That's where the balance is, or the equalization. So here, we're running this league on, look, the minimum requirements. A unit of 10 Night Goblins. A Night Goblin War Boss, a single character model. Another unit of Night Goblins with 10 and 10. 5 Night Goblin Spider Riders. And 5 Night Goblin Spider Riders. This is a troll. He's supposed to have 3. But I left my giant at home, so he today will be a giant. I'm substituting. So for my tier, what I'm thinking is for the league is to do... Oh, my notes. 1 generic character. So here's a Night Goblin War Boss, but, you know, if I wanted to, I could have a shaman instead. If I feel all shamaned. Shamaned. Da-dunch. 3 units starting at 10 models. Now, for you guys playing Ogre Kingdoms, an ogre seems to be, like he has always been, in a unit of 3 to start. Which means that 3 ogres is equal to 10 regular guys from some other army. So therefore, an ogre is 3 and 0.333 repeating into infinity of a regular guy. 3 wounds, da-da-da, you get the idea. Whereas these guys would have 1 wound each. 10 wounds in there, 9 wounds here. So you're off by 1 wound, but you know, it's very close. So anyway, my thoughts are, yeah, one generic character, 3 units of 10 models, 2 units of between 2 to 6, because again, if you've got Ogre Kingdoms, you're going to start with 2 guys riding, and some units of Bretonnia have 6 guys, and then 1 of the specialty models, which would be a flyer, a monster, a war machine, anything with that in the profile. Oh, also your single character can be mounted. And I've got another thought. A sideboard. Like when you go to a Magic the Gathering tournament, you're allowed a 60 card deck with a 15 card sideboard, generally speaking, or how it used to be. Okay, so here you've got an icon bearer, and you've got a banner. Now, if you're going to face a certain army, like with dwarves on Tomb Kings, the icon for the dwarves actually prevents that unit from taking some spell damage. It reduces it. A banner helps in the battle shock phase. So, if you were to come to one of my tournaments, I don't want you bringing a suitcase of 1,000,000 models. Instead, bring yourself a sideboard. So if you're going to fight Tomb Kings, you might want this guy in to protect you with magic, if his guy's going to focus magic on you. Or if you're going to battle like something that doesn't use magic, maybe you want the banner in for the battle shock effect, so that you don't need to take as much in the battle shock phase. It's simple. Sideboard. Heck, you could sideboard out the whole command crew and just throw in 3 regulars. It still counts as 10 models. You're going to lose the special abilities like the Hornblower, but maybe you don't want to play that way. Maybe you want to play defensive. You know, I'm going to stand in the corner with those boys and you come get me. There's lots of ways to play Age of Sigmar. It's just how you see it. But if you want some kind of equalization, I would say look through those model points. Look through that. And then agree with your opponent to set up something similar on his side of the field. So if you wanted 20 guys in here instead of 10, he would have a unit that started at 10 that's now pumped to 20. And, oh, that's Games Workshop. Talk to you soon. Bye. You want to know the funny part? That was Games Workshop. My rep thought I was doing pretty good, so I'll just continue telling you my ideas again. So anyway. So we're back at the Camp of the Goblins. So, yeah, like I was saying, a little sideboard. So you've got that banner that does something and this banner that does something else. Well, your sideboard could consist of a little section in your battle box. Like here, that's a battle box. It's an old chocolate box. My models are kind of thrown in here. Here's sort of a better example. That's the one I got the goblins out of. I like to carry those little teeny boxes to things because, you know, big suitcase, it's complicated, heavy. You're digging through stuff for like 20 minutes trying to find what you wanted. I just like to stick what I'm going to bring into something like this so it's there. Anyway, that could be your side camp instead of a sideboard, or the caravan where these guys are, whatever you want to call this thing, because it is fantasy. Caravan's kind of cool, like the army's nomadic because they've lost their place because of Age of Sigmar, so they're all out on the road. And hey, some guys are going to stay with the caravan while other guys go and fight the enemy. Well, oh, the scout over here says, hey, look, there's Tomb Kings over the hill, so don't bring this, bring this. Well, this guy's in your sideboard, so this guy goes and stays back in the caravan, and there you go. Bring this to the table and battle it out. Have some little flexibility in between some units. Just a little taste, not too much of like, well, this whole Spider Riders, I see Tomb Kings, so I'm replacing with something that can kill the Tomb Kings. It's a little steeped, and your army list would keep changing every time you gamed, like unreasonably. But if you did like just a sideboard, it would only change a percentage. So, and then on the Tomb King side, he may go, well, I don't need that banner now because I'm going to fight dwarves, so I'm going to use this one that's like something else, if he can do that. That's just thoughts on running a quick tournament. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you later. Tell me what you think. Thanks.